we'll continue with the next speaker, like Mr. James. Can you please come and give us some speech?
Thank you. My name's James from the Refugee Action Coalition. We campaign for the rights of people to come here as refugees, against the detention centres, and to have full rights when they come to Australia. And I think, like all of you, we're very concerned and distressed about what is happening now in Burma and the renewed government offensive crackdown on the Rohingya people. And I think we're very concerned that this we'll see a repeat of the same kind of violence that just a few years ago, there was another whole round of burning villages, people being killed, which is on top of the already existing persecution and oppression that Rohingyas face on a daily basis in Burma. Being denied rights, being treated as not people, not being free to move around. If there is ever a case of a people who deserve to be accepted as refugees and protection from the international community, it is the Rohingya people in Burma. And so I think we need to call on both the international community and particularly the Australian government to raise their voices about what is happening now in Burma, and to put pressure on the government, onto Aung San Suu Kyi, to actually act on what is happening and to stop the military and stop these abuses and to stop the riots and burning of villages and the oppression going on in Burma, and actually grant rights to the Rohingya people inside Burma. And I think we need to put strong demands on the Australian government too, because we've seen when there was a very big number of people last year in May getting on boats trying to cross the Bay of Bengal, trying to get out of Burma, Rohingya people, there were 370 people that died in the ocean because countries would not accept Rohingya people for protection, would not accept refugees. And shamefully, the Australian government lined up and supported that. They supported the idea of turning people around, encouraged other countries not to accept Rohingya people as refugees. And appallingly at the time, that was when we heard Tony Abbott's ridiculous comment of nope, 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 he was not going to accept any of these people, any of the Rohingya people to Australia, and was going to collude in encouraging other countries to turn around, and that directly led to people dying at sea. So the Australian government very much as well has blood on its hands over its treatment of the Rohingya people, and we need to demand that they accept people directly from Burma, accept people who are stranded in Indonesia, where there are many Rohingyas, and the Australian government currently has a ban on any resettlement of refugees into Australia from Indonesia. Demand that Australia welcome Rohingya people as refugees and give them rights. We need to also demand for the people who are Rohingya people in the detention centres. There are people on Nauru, Rohingyas, who have been locked up there for 3 years with other people. We saw on Four Corners on Monday night a young Rohingya girl about her treatment in detention on Nauru at the hands of the Australian government. Those people need to be brought to Australia as well and allowed to settle here as refugees. So, for coming out today, thanks for the opportunity to speak, but we need to raise our voices, both internationally and particularly for the Australian government to do more to actually pressure the government in Burma and to do its part to actually accept refugees, Rohingya people who are fleeing these horrendous conditions, fleeing this horrendous crackdown, grant them safety, grant them protection here in Australia, and do Australia's part to actually help out in this crisis.